The gentleman yields. I now recognize Ms. Jackson Lee from Texas for 5 minutes.
I've been in this committee and I've watched Chairman Green and Chairman Thompson work very well together on a number of issues. In fact, they have shown themselves to be respectful of each other. For that, I say thank you. I've had the ability to monitor what has been going on in this room, and I frankly believe that problems don't get solved by castigating and making incorrect statements. I also have a 28-year history in this Congress and have been involved with the issue of immigration for at least that long a period of time. In the Judiciary Committee as ranking member of the Immigration Subcommittee, in this committee as chair of the Transportation Security Committee, ranking chair of the Border Security Committee, and as a Texan, have been to the border many times. I do believe that we can do this and solve the problem of immigration reform together. What I also know is, at least the border in Texas, there are many who are on the border that don't want a border wall because of its intrusiveness. In addition, because of topography and design, the border wall sometimes is not effectively put in the right place to be able to create any kind of criminal incident. After Title 42, we have found statistically, as answered by those at CBP, Customs and Border Protection, and the Border Patrol, that numbers have gone down. It is clear that we have work to do together on those who are coming across. It is clear that not one American, no matter what their party affiliation, abhors cartels, violence, and viciousness, and will come together to work on that issue. But it does no good for any of us to suggest that the President of the United States and the Secretary of Homeland Security are the key and only reasons for migration. I take offense, and it is wrong, frankly, because migration is a worldwide concern. Some would say problem, others would say crisis. People desperately come, even if it's for their economic goodness, and they argue something else. We well know that immigrants contribute $1.3 trillion in spending power to the economy. We also realize that not one single person sitting in this room was an indigenous person in the United States of America. Your ancestors came from somewhere. Mine came unwillingly in bondage. But it is clear to me that we have to find a better way. Let me quickly raise this question. Let me quickly do so. In 2018, the nation was horrified when a domestic terrorist shot down 11 worshipers at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. Before going on this rampage, the shooter shared a manifesto alleging that, quote, the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society likes to bring invaders in that kill our people. I can't sit by and watch my people get slaughtered. 2 weeks before that, he called immigrants hostile invaders on social media. Ms. Vaughn, do you believe there is a flood of immigrant invaders at the southern border who are slaughtering victims in American communities? This is a yes or no answer.
No, they're taking advantage of the opportunities that are offered by the current policies.
So you've answered no. So let me just say this. In your testimony on page 8 of your written testimony, you say there is a flood of people to the border brought on by the Biden-Mayorkas policies, and that these careless policies have created scores of new victims in American communities, all of which were preventable crimes. Ms. Vaughn, the issue of your partisan extremism goes beyond your testimony today. On November 4th, 2021, you alleged that the tragic murder of a man in Florida that year was another casualty due to Biden's open border. And 2 years before that, on January 8th, 2019, you laid blame for the horrific murder of a police officer, Mr. Singh, in San Joaquin Valley at the feet of Democrats' border weakening and sanctuary policies. I find this very dangerous because we need to come together as Americans, frankly, to be able to work, not name call, but to be able to say none of us wanted those kinds of incidents. How dare you say that any of us would want to have an officer killed or family killed? It is untenable. Neither does the chairman, neither does the president, neither does the secretary. Let me move quickly to something that's very important, Mr. Green, and I appreciate if you would allow me to do that. I happen to be someone who knows that there are barriers that can be utilized in certain ways, being a Texan, and I also know that we need to stop penalizing nonprofits for trying to help persons so that cities wouldn't have to put persons somewhere because the nonprofits have them. But let me raise this to a former DPS. I want to applaud a DPS officer who is on duty today in Texas, who became a whistleblower, to ask the question, why is state government and this Lone Star effort causing immigrants to die in the water, causing a pregnant woman to miscarry over the raised wire and the boys that are there, forcing them to go into deeper water, why a mother lost her life, her child's life, and another child is missing, why a little 4-year-old was denied water. This is the words of a DPS whistleblower right on staff today. And the question would be to all of you, as I ask the question, this is not America. And the Border Patrol agents saying that the razor wire and the boys are creating a difficult situation for them because as sworn officers of the United States of America, they are sworn to protect these people even as they will send them back. And they are going into deeper water to save lives.
Gentlelady's time is
That is
expired.
not, I'm putting that on the record, Mr. Chairman, because I want an investigation. These are not governmental witnesses. They are witnesses who've come to share their stories, but I want an investigation.
Can I respond to that?
I want an
Is
investigation.
there availability for
at
me
this
to
point.
respond to that
No,
accusation?
hold on, hold on.
Department?
I am taking control back. The gentlelady's time is expired.
and the
Mr.
gentleman is not-
D'Esposito is recognized from New York.